Okay guys, welcome back to our class. Let's start in our last class. So in today's class, let's look at how to create a radio button in HTML. So radio button are used to select whether are what we normally use during maybe when you give an option to your user that maybe they should select whether they are male or female, or maybe they should select the title, whether they are Mr. or Mrs. single or married. Those are what a radio button are normally used for. So today we are going to look at how to create a radio button. So for that we'll be creating a label. So we'll be having a main label and a sub label. So for the main label, we'll be creating a label for title. Then inside this place, we'll be putting title as well. Then we'll be creating another label for our input. Just another label for, let's say, Mr. So label for Mr. We'll be creating an input for it. Wait, let's create another label. So label for Mrs. Another label for doctor, PhD. So we'll be creating our input for the, let's check our web browser first. As you can see, we have label for Mr., Mrs. and PhD holder, which is doctor. So we'll be creating our input for Mr. Let's create input. What type of input? So this will be indicating that it's a radio type. So check our menu, you can see that we have a button here now for a radio type. Radio. So after radio, we'll be adding our ID. An ID for Mr. Then the name that our Mr. fall under, which is title. The main label, which is title label. Then the same for our Mrs. as well. Type radio. ID, which is Mrs. The name, which is title. Then the same for our PhD holder, which is radio. Now let's take a look at our, see, now we have Mr. If you click it, you can see that sorry, something is wrong. Let me check. Oh yeah, we have to add a value for it. Sorry, the last thing for the last attribute we are going to be putting we're going to add our input will be value. I'll be adding their name there, which is Mr. This one is Mr. But this one is value for Mrs. There. Maybe adding another value for PhD. Now if you go back and click it, we will see that we can only select one button. Wait, something is wrong with my. Oh yes, sorry, there's a mistake. Let's stop here for today. We will meet in the next class. Hopefully I would have find a mistake by then. So see you guys in the next class.